Welcome back, my fellow mobile gamers of YouTube. My name is Nimblethor, and this is my mobile gaming quest series where I look for the best new mobile games to share with you guys every single day here on YouTube. And today, we are gonna check out Teamfight Tactics, which is an auto chess game, but it's not just any auto chess game though. It is RIOT'S auto chess game based on the League of Legends game. Now, I just want to point out here from the beginning that I'm not a League of Legends player, so there won't be any fanboyism here today, but I will take this game for a spin and we will talk about what I like and what I dislike about it and see how it compares to the other auto chess games in the market, most of which I've already covered here on the channel in the past, like Chess Rush, for example, Arena of Evolution Red Tides, that was actually the very first one I checked out, and the official auto chess game, or the one, that is actually just called auto chess, and even Dota Underlords. All of them I've played before. Today, I'm interested in seeing how Teamfight Tactics holds up in comparison to those other games. So I guess at the very core, Teamfight Tactics really isn't much different from all the other games out there, and I think that might help explain why it hasn't really received the best reception on mobile so far. Right now on Google Play, the game has a 3.8 average rating, which is really not a lot if you really consider that this is a game by Riot, one of the most popular and one of the biggest PC game developers. 3.8, that's a pretty low score, and most games on mobile these days at least have a 4 or higher score. So why is that? Well, I think the biggest frustration many players have with this game is that it just isn't as beginner-friendly as, for example, Chess Rush and all the other auto chess games out there on the market these days. For example, when we are buying heroes in the shop, there's really no way to easily tell how many of those heroes we already have. So unless you can recognize them by their icons, or you can remember their names, buying heroes in the shop becomes a bit of a hassle, unfortunately. And frankly, after reading through pages of reviews by players on Google Play, it seems that most of the 5-star ratings are from people who loved playing the game on PC and they want to support the mobile version of the game. But even then, you'll also find people saying that it's amazing on PC, they love the game on PC, but this mobile version just, really isn't for them for one reason or the other. Now, the good news, though, is that all of these things, they can be fixed. Most of the complaints have to do with the UI, which is easily fixable, of course, lag, which I'm sure can also be optimized, and the difficulty of understanding and getting into the game as a complete beginner. Not to mention that while other auto chess games on mobile started adding quicker game modes long ago to make the game experience more friendly for new mobile players who probably doesn't want to spend 30 to 40 minutes in a mobile match, we don't have that here in Teamfight Tactics. So these matches typically do take about 40 minutes, especially if you get into the top 3 or top 2, or even if you win the game. And that just isn't perfect for mobile, unfortunately. Now, if this is the very first auto chess game you guys are seeing, then let me just very briefly walk you guys through what's actually happening here. So we fight against 7 other players in real-time multiplayer to build the best possible team of heroes by buying heroes in the shop. This is the shop over here, and then we deploy the heroes on this map. This is our playing field, and the opponents are then on the other side of this playing field. And then when a new round starts, these heroes on our playing field will attack the opponent's heroes. Now, depending on whether or not we win that round, we get a bunch of gold that we can then spend in the shop on buying more heroes, or spend on buying XP so that we can level up, and we want to do that because that allows us to deploy more heroes onto our playing field. This is in essence what an auto chess game is about, but of course things get a bit more complicated when you start taking into account that getting 3 of the same heroes makes it level up to become a whole lot stronger. So that's something we want to achieve for sure. So for example, right now we have 2 of these poppy characters, and I want to see if I can find one more of those. We also have one Caitlyn, and there's another Caitlyn here in the shop, so we're going to buy that one right now. It only costs 1 gold, and we have 10 gold right now, so we can also buy some XP, which we did right there, and then we can deploy this one onto the playing field as well. But in addition to this, though, we also have what's called Synergies, and right now we've got the Infiltrator Synergy, and there's a 50% bonus to attack speed. That's actually a pretty neat synergy, so if we can find more of these heroes that have the Infiltrator class, we're definitely gonna buy those. So, oh no, there was another Poppy character and I forgot to buy it. Oh man, okay, let's refresh the shop here again. Can we get Poppy? Nope, but there's a Caitlyn, so now we have Caitlyn at 2 stars, level 2. I will still be looking for one more Infiltrator hero. Can't seem to find one right now, but this is basically how synergies work. And you want to achieve as many synergies as you can, of course, because these bonuses really make a big difference. So that's basically how you play Teamfight Tactics, and unfortunately for Riot, there's really nothing unique about this experience. The game isn't of higher quality than its competitors, and it it doesn't have fancier graphics either. It's basically just more of the good old auto chess experience that we've seen 100 times before by now. That doesn't mean that the game isn't worth playing though. It just means that if you're not already a fan of Riot or League of Legends, you might as well play some of the other auto chess games out there. There are lots of them on mobile, and many of them have a lot more to offer than Teamfight Tactics. Now, this game does have one unique feature though, which you actually saw before, but I forgot to talk about it, which is that we get to select a free hero from a random selection every once in a while, and the player with the least amount of HP gets to pick first, and then the other players get to pick their free hero in order from the player with the least HP left to the player with the most HP left. And this is of course really interesting because of two different things. First of all, it's something that I haven't seen in other auto chess games, so that's always welcomed. But secondly, it's also a system that helps keep things interesting because the worst player basically get the best hero for free, and the best player gets to get the worst hero for free. So it might actually give new players a fighting chance at revenging themselves in this game. Now, another thing I do like about the game is how equipping multiple pieces of gear on the same hero can sometimes merge those pieces to create a new special type of gear that's a whole lot stronger, and it has some really fancy attributes. And that adds a whole lot of extra depth to the game, because although it might seem a bit random in the beginning, or you don't really know what you're doing in the beginning, the further and further we get into the meta game of this game, the more and more important these types of systems of course become. So if you do dive into the game, at least there are lots of strategies to learn and explore, which I think is going to be a lot of fun if you enjoy auto chess games, or if you're already a huge League of Legends fan, in which case I guess you have probably already downloaded this game or played the PC version of it. Now let's go have a look at some of the items that we actually got now, because we have quite a few and we should have started equipping them on our heroes a bit sooner. So let's do that right now instead. So I want to equip, let's see, what does this one do? This one adds magic resist. Let's equip that on this one here. And what about this one? This adds extra attack damage. In fact, you know what? I'm a beginner to this game, so I don't really know what I'm doing here. But it looks like this one is actually one of those combinations that I was talking about. That's pretty cool. So let's do that right now. And let's quickly see if we can also do something with this last item. Nope, we didn't get to do that before the next round started. So that's the thing about this game. You don't really have a lot of time to buy new heroes or equip items, especially if you don't know what you're doing. So, so just try to be quick when you get into this game, or you're gonna get pretty disappointed, and probably you're gonna get your ass beaten, which is what is happening for us right now. As you can see, we are second to last in the ranking, which you can see over here on the right side of the screen right now. Alright then, I decided to jump a bit further into this match. As you guys can see, now we have room for 7 heroes on our playing field, and you know what? We're actually not in the last spot anymore. We have fought our way a bit up this ranking list here, but still we are second to last, or I guess third to last, but the last guy is already out of the match, so he's not even playing anymore. But we're still here though, and we might have a living chance of, you know, maybe with a bit of luck, making it into the top 5. But frankly though, I think the chances of winning at this point are very, very low. We simply don't have the correct setup. I very badly need a tank right now, for example. We have plenty of DPS, and it's actually going okay with upgrading our heroes, but we can't tank any damage, you know. Our heroes die so quickly, so that's the main issue I think right now. But if some of you guys have played lots of this game, lots of Teamfight Tactics, do let me know what I'm doing wrong here and in which way I could improve my strategies. So since we're not going to win anyway, let's just talk about the monetization system instead. Because the cool thing about all of these auto chess games is that almost all of them monetize in a completely fair way with no pay to win whatsoever. And that's also the case here with Teamfight Tactics, where we have a rather inexpensive $12 per season battle pass that gives us cosmetics, skins, and lots of more things, but without giving us any pay to win or any pay to progress faster advantages. So that is basically what you can expect from Teamfight Tactics, an interesting auto chess game that is a bit rough around the edges right now, but that is certainly worth playing if you like League of Legends already. Now, if you're new to the genre though, this probably isn't the game to start out with though, and you'll probably have a better experience playing something like Chess Rush. So that's basically my conclusion on Teamfight Tactics. Do let me know what you think about this game in the comment section down below though. And now then, it is time for the nugget of mobile gaming news that I've got for you guys today, which today actually has something to do with pretty much all of us, the mobile gaming industry as a whole, because a new report has come out that now shows that US mobile gamers spent almost $54 on average on mobile gaming in 2019, which, by the way, is a 22% increase from 2018 And the only thing that grew more than that last year, or faster than that, was actually this platform, YouTube itself, which tells you something about just how fast both YouTube and the mobile space is growing these days. But that was all I had for you guys today, so thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already and you like mobile gaming, and leave a like on your way out. And then, until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.